What is going on, guys? It is me, Nicholson,
And your boy Jav.
and we're back again with another video. You know what I'm saying? I hope you boys and girls are doing good. Today we're going to be talking about why Javier is a plonker.
For various reasons. But we'll get into that.
Yeah, but on a serious note, today we're going to be talking about dating/relationships. All right,
Don't get into the wrong relationship.
that's what I mean. That's what I meant to say the whole time. Do not get into the wrong relationship. Firstly, don't forget to like the video. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe if you're new. We're trying to hit 1K by the end of the year. You know what I'm saying? So help us do that. You know what I'm saying? But I think I'll start off with saying this. If you have gone through heartbreak, or you've gone through some traumatic experience involving women, or if you're a woman involving guys, don't just rush into a relationship because number one, you feel lonely, or number two, you feel as if it's something you have to do because society tells you get into a relationship. Because if you haven't healed from past trauma, if you haven't healed from, resentment, right? Because you see a lot of women and a lot of guys saying men are trash, women are trash, right? You see a lot of that stuff. And it's like those people, you can clearly tell they're hurt. And you know what they say, right? Hurt people. So I feel like if you haven't completely healed from past trauma and, heartbreak, do not get into a relationship. Work on self and then attract the partner you want.
Yeah, there's no point ever rushing into anything. The things that are rushed, I'm pretty sure everybody knows it. It never really lasts. You know what I'm saying? When the thing you actually have to put work into, that you have to manifest, that's the thing that's gonna last. It's gonna be the thing that makes you happy. You know what I'm saying? So just patience, I know sometimes patience can be a hard thing, but you know what I'm saying? It'll all be worth it when the time comes. It'll all be worth it, man.
No, bro. I couldn't put better myself, you know what I'm saying? I think a really important thing is, we speak about this multiple times. I think we've even mentioned this on the YouTube channel before. It's become the person you want, right? What that means is, obviously, don't literally become the person. I'm not saying turn into the girl that you want to, you know what I'm saying? That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, develop yourself to a level where basically what you expect out of the opposite gender or whatever you're attracted to, you've got to have that yourself, if that makes any sense. So what I mean by this is, it doesn't make any sense for me to say, I want a girl who's a 10 out of 10 and she's this and she's that, but me, myself, I'm a bum and I'm broke and I've got no standards for myself, I've got no life. It doesn't make any sense for that, right? You need to be realistic, and you need to... There isn't such things as leagues. You know how people say, oh, I'm out of your league and all this stuff. No one's out of your league, bro, right? No one's out of your league, but there's levels to this shit. Right? You are what you attract. You're not gonna attract an Instagram model and wife that and keep her and be happy with her if you haven't got something equivalent to that in what you do. You know what I mean?
That makes sense. As I said, man, it's gotta be, on the same... You gotta have to be on the same wavelength, you know what I'm saying? You can't say, okay, I'm gonna sit at home, not get a job, not try to do anything, just live with my parents, you know what I'm saying? And then go for someone who's successful and then expect them, to just kind of stoop down. Not in a bad way, but, they're gonna want someone that has even if you're not successful at the moment, they're gonna want someone that has some sort of ambition. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna want to know that you want to do something or try things. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just say, oh, I'm not gonna get a job. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be willing to try new things, even if it doesn't work. It's better to try. You know what I'm saying? It's better to try and fail than not try at all.
It's a very big thing I think to a lot of women as well. I've spoken to a lot of women. I'm not not that I go around like that. I just mean I talk to a lot of women as in just being curious as to what they're attracted to, and a lot of them, they value somebody who has that sort of ambition, and you might still be like in a, like let's say at the bottom, for example, right? But if you've got that ambition of, yo, I'm not trying to settle here, right? We'll start somewhere, right? I ain't trying to settle here. Maybe you're not in the best shape ever, but if they can see that you're trying and you're working towards becoming better, that's vastly more attractive, right? I think another point I'll get into as well, if you're a relationship person, you know what I'm saying? Honestly, I think most people are relationship people, but it's just the fact that most people either can't, or they're too scared to sort of commit, or they're too scared to put in the work that it takes. You know what I'm saying? Like, going into a serious long-term relationship, I think that takes more work than just having a lot of one-night stands, having a lot of meaningless sex with a bunch of different girls. I feel like, going into a serious relationship where you're trying to build a family, you're trying to build a life together, you're trying to live long together, that's vastly more difficult, because obviously, you've got to be able to trust the person, you've got to be able to accept the person for the good and the bad. There's so many things that go into it, as opposed to if you're just in a one night stand, it's like, okay, cool, boom, today, that's it. I ain't even gonna get to know you like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what you said is true, because the things that you have to maintain are the things that are a lot harder. With a one night stand, you're gonna beat that night, and let's be realistic, you're probably never gonna see them after again. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll probably get their number, whatever, and they'll be like, yeah, I'll text you. We both know they won't. They both know they won't. It's a lie. They're lying to you. You know what I'm saying? But when you're going into a long-term relationship, it's because you know what your intentions are. You're gonna, you wanna be there for a long time. You know what I'm saying? You have to maintain it. That's the part where it's more difficult, because cool, you get them, but you still have to put in the effort for them to stay. You know what I'm saying?
1,000,000%, bro. 1,000,000%. You know what I'm saying? Everything's saying is facts. I think another big point as well is, obviously, looks are subjective. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all want that 10-10, but 10-10 is different to me than it is to him, right? Now, a big thing I'll say is this: if you're, again, going into a relationship talk, don't just go like off looks, like as in that's the most, she looks like a 10 out of 10 body, I'm gonna wife her, right? I feel like that's what a lot of people do, as in, okay, cool, I don't even like being around this girl like that, but because she looks like a body and maybe even the sex is good, boom, let's go into a long-term relationship. Hell no. Like, bro, how can you not even have a conversation with this person just because they look pretty on your arm? Does that really mean, yo, it's time for us to be serious? Fuck no. You know what I'm saying? I don't think so. So I think when you're going for a relationship, especially, I think a very, very big thing and a very important thing is making sure, yo, if this person got pregnant, am I willing to be present as a father, right? If this person, if things got real, am I really willing to stay and, be happy with a person? Or is it just a person where it's like, I'm trying to show you off and say, oh, hey, I can get things, right? And I don't even value you like that. You know what I mean?
That's facts. Yeah, it's good to ask yourself questions before you get, as you said, questions like that, because if you're going into a long-term relationship, any of that stuff could happen. You never know. You know what I'm saying? You're living in the moment, and then all of a sudden, boom, a situation happens. You gotta think, okay, if this happens, am I gonna stay? Am I gonna be willing to go through with it? If your answer is no, then clearly you gotta re-evaluate, and that's not the right person, and move on. You know what I'm saying? It's as simple as that. Well, and as I said before, it's something you gotta maintain, and it can get tough because obviously, you both got your lives, and you can both get caught up in the different things you're doing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's very easily to not forget about each other, but you're just going about your life. It becomes kind of like a routine. So sometimes, you just gotta step back and realize, okay, cool, let's do this, let's spend more time together, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Again, spitting facts, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think a very important thing, bro, you know how I love to relate everything to the gym? Like, bro, it's so bad. Like, bro, any situation I'll just be to the guy like, bro, this, how the gym is like this, bro. But not like, on a serious note, yeah, this is like, if you want to maintain a good physique, or you want to maintain the strength that you've built, you constantly need to be improving and putting more effort into the gym. You constantly need to be like upping the levels. You constantly need to be like, not only do you need to do what you did at the start to get the physique, but you got to do even more to maintain and even progress the physique. And honestly, a relationship, same thing, right? Just because now you've got the girl, it doesn't mean, okay, cool, I'm gonna stop dating the girl. Okay, cool, I'm just gonna be lazy now. I'm gonna stop working on my body. I'm gonna stop being ambitious. Like, I honestly think it becomes even more imperative that you maintain the levels that the person fell in love with. You know what I'm saying? I think that's very, very important. Because there's so many relationships that, I've seen where it's like, oh, now I'm just settling. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to work on myself. I don't need to improve because I've got the girl or I've got the guy. So it's done, right? And that couldn't be further from the truth, because now people are gonna start looking elsewhere, and you'll be left hurt and burnt. That's what I think on it.
Facts, because I said when you get complacent and like too comfortable. Obviously, in a relationship, you want to be comfortable, but not like comfortable to the point where you just stop doing everything you were doing before, because it's gonna fuck you up. Because the day you realize, and then you look back at it, you're gonna be like, shit, I was doing all this before, and then I stopped. You know what I'm saying? And you have to remember, that's the person, yeah, that your partner wanted. Whatever you're doing, you're ambitious. And then if you stop now, then they're going to look back and then look at the present and be like, okay, so what's changed? Why is he not this person anymore? You know what I'm saying? So it's important to maintain, or else tough times, really. Tough times.
Nah, 100%, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think, we get into this, like, I think a big problem that, especially a lot of guys that are going through right now, is a lot of guys are jaded, right? Do you know what jaded means?
I'm not gonna lie now.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? To be fair, I only learned this recently as well. So, I can't even get onto you about that one. But basically, a lot of guys are hurt from past experiences. I touched on this at first, right? Not even just a lot of guys, a lot of women too. But if you're looking at a lot of guys now, they're saying, you know what, fuck women, fuck relationships, I just want to work on myself, and that's literally it, right? And listen, working on yourself is good. I want you to work on yourself. I want you to be striving, but don't just say, oh, fuck women, bro. Your whole existence is to reproduce. That's literally your natural instinct as a guy, to reproduce, right? So what do you mean, fuck women, I'm gonna work on, bro? It's difficult. It was never gonna be easy, right? A girl broke your heart, cool. Like, I've been there. I've been cheated on. I've been heartbroken multiple times. Like, it's not a thing where, and I went through a phase where I hated women. I've spoken on this in the past, but guess what? You learn that, okay, cool. I wasn't perfect, right? I had things that I had to work on myself, right? I had things that I had to work on. I had things that I had to improve. And once I improved those things, now I start looking at, okay, cool. It's not women's fault that I was too nice. It's not women's fault that I didn't have self-respect. It's not women's fault that I wasn't the kind of guy that I should have been, right? You live and you learn. So a lot of you guys that are watching right now, I don't want you to have the mentality saying relationships aren't worth it. Guys, one of the most successful businessmen, yeah, or business people in general, they'll tell you one thing. You need a strong woman by your side. You need a strong partner by your side to be successful. Why do they say this? It's not because, oh, excuse me, I've just been drinking coffee, man. It's not because, oh, the woman's like smarter than you and all that stuff. That's not what it is. You need, when you're going through stress and you're going through self-doubt, you need somebody who's there like, okay, cool, yo, I got you, right? Somebody who's emotionally supportive, somebody who's gonna reassure you. And even ideas, honestly, like, some of the greatest ideas I've gotten for content, or even for certain things in general, they've stemmed from women, right? They've stemmed from women in some sort of sense, right? So I don't want you guys having this mentality saying, this sort of like Red Pill movement. I don't know if you know it, the Red Pill movement, where guys literally, sit there saying, okay, cool, women are evil. That's it, right? There's a whole movement on it, bro. It's massive. Like, when you firstly get heartbroken, that's the movement that everybody turns to and everybody looks at. And even I looked at it first, but then you grow out of that. You know what I'm saying? I hope most of you guys are able to work on yourself and you find the right partner for yourself. You know what I'm saying?
It is facts, though. You do need the support, and as you said, you can also get ideas. I say, for example, me, yes, I'm in a relationship, and sometimes, we both post videos on social media, and sometimes she goes, "Oh, you can do this or you can do that," Although, and sometimes it may be even things I didn't even think of. You know what I'm saying? So it is good. It's sometimes they're like your backbone. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can just lay back, relax. You know what I'm saying? Everybody needs a what do they call it again? A leaning shoulder? Is that what the fuck it's called?
Support system.
Yeah, that's it. That's
yeah,
it.
I mean, you said it right, but it's in the wrong fucking.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because it's very hard, Because when you're by yourself, if you're down and you're unable to pick yourself back up, if you're by yourself, there's not much you can really do, But if you have someone there who's constantly supporting you, they can always help you back up and put you back on the right track, in the right
path.
Yes.
Okay. You know what? I mean, yeah. I mean, we understand what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? For once, we understand what you're saying, bro. But seriously though, I think a very important thing. I've just literally lost the train of thought, fam. I literally had something. I was like, oh,
I don't know what's going on, bro.
I know what's going on, bro. It's just maybe because we've been recording for such a long time. I don't know how long it's been, but I think a really big thing, is what did I actually want to say?
It's not just me.
What did I actually want to say?
At least I know it's not just me.
Okay, I know what I mean. So, okay, let's say you're hurt, right? And let's say you're heartbroken. What's the solution to this, right? Because, like I said, don't rush into a relationship. Don't get into a relationship. Or at no cost should you get into a relationship, right? Because, number one, when you bring baggage and pain from the past into your new relationship, number one, that's unfair on the person that you're dating because they didn't do nothing to you. They're not the one that broke your heart. So why are you punishing them for what somebody else did to you? You understand what I'm saying? Number two, you're going to ruin and end that relationship. Because why? You're so insecure, right? Anytime the person doesn't respond to you in 2 minutes, oh, he's out cheating, she's out cheating, right? That's not what that means. What if I was asleep? What if I was at the gym, right? What if I just wanted to be alone for that period of time? You know what I mean? You can't go into a relationship with too much. Of course, everybody's insecure, right? Of course. But you can't go into it with this baggage, like I was saying, right? So the solution, honestly, get in the gym, right? Listen, the gym isn't just for looks, mentality, mindset. You know what I'm saying? I think a big thing that people have a misconception about is thinking the gym is about the way you look. Yes, that's a byproduct. Mindset, mentality. Sometimes when I'm feeling stressed and sometimes when I feel angry and sometimes I feel lost and I'm going through, various issues and I'm going through various problems and I don't know what to do, me just going to the gym is something I can control. Me lifting those heavy weights, me being there is something I can control. I can channel that pain and that sadness and that anger and all that frustration into myself. Not only am I improving myself, but I'm also improving my emotions and the way I'm feeling, right? So I think the gym is a very important thing. I think also another thing is take a break from dating, right? You ain't got to rush into anything, bro. Take a break from dating for a while, right? Once you get to a stage where you feel like you're not hurt and you're not hating women, or if you're a woman, you're not hating guys, men are trash, you're not doing all that shit, you're finally ready again. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, what you said about the gym is absolute facts. A lot of people think, it's just about working out, slamming weights, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But I think it teaches a lot of things. I think it teaches discipline because if you're disciplined enough to get up and go to the gym every single day you want to, that's a good thing there. You know what I mean? It teaches hard work. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It teaches consistency. You know what I'm saying? It's like the gym is also, I think it's kind of like a free therapy session. Why pay for therapy, bro? You know what I'm saying? I pay for therapy. Because when you go, let's be realistic now. Which person on this planet doesn't want the body that they desire? And if you're going to the gym or working out, you're gonna feel good about it because you know you're working towards it. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna make you feel better in some sort of way. So free therapy session, you know what I'm saying? It's just a good feeling. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, man?
No, facts. You know what I'm saying? I think, having a good mental state is a very important thing in a relationship, right? Being in a good mental state. If you're gloomy and you view the world, in a very dark way, and you're depressed, number one, you should probably go to therapy, right? And the gym, both of them at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. I remember I was in a very dark place a few years back. Like, I remember when my first ever girlfriend that I was with, she cheated on me, right? And I was lost. I was sad. I didn't. It was humiliating because everybody knew about it. People that I didn't even know knew about it. You know what I mean? And it was humiliating and it hurt me a lot. But guess what? I learned to channel all those emotions that I was feeling into myself. So I was going to the gym. I was, hitting the weights. I was constantly improving myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm finding my style. And now I'm the most attractive I've ever been, right? Now I've got so many, opportunities to do so many things. And that all started because of a bad situation, right? So you can always turn negative things into positive things. You understand what I'm saying? But, the way I overcame my sort of disdain for women or my hate for women at the time, right, was by realizing, number one, it's not women's fault that I got heartbroken, right? It's not their fault. And losing the victim mentality, I think that's a big thing. Losing a victim mentality, saying, it's his fault, it's her fault, it's their fault because I am pathetic or whatever it is. Listen, being honest with yourself is one of the biggest and most important things you can do for yourself, right? Being honest with yourself and realizing where you're at fault and where you can fix up. That's a big first step. Of course, the person that did you wrong or whatever, of course, they did a bad thing. It doesn't make him a bad person, though. That's one thing you need to realize. It doesn't make him a bad person. Don't be guilt tripping people saying, "Oh, Baba, you broke my heart." Listen, you broke my heart. It is what it is, right? I'm using it to become more successful now. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's very important to sort of like realize these negatives can be turned into positives, right? And just get out of that headspace of like viewing everything negatively and darkly. Like, I'm seeing, even it's a big trend on TikTok as well. Like TikTok, you see a lot of dark stuff, man. It's a big trend on TikTok where guys are literally saying, I was seeing something, guys with good hearts never win. Like, it's people just like getting together in comment sections, basically feeling sorry for themselves, and that's not the answer, guys, right? Getting into comment sections feeling sad and bad about yourself is not the answer, right? Do something about it. If you don't like the way your life is, do something about it, bro. Right? You can always do something. Do something. At least be trying to actively change yourself. Being in the comments crying ain't gonna, change anything for the better. It's only gonna make things worse. You get what I'm saying? Being mad and, blaming other, it's only gonna make things worse. You feel what I'm saying?
I think it's a bad habit that, that we've gone to I'm just gonna get some more. To blame a what's it called? An entire group. So as you said, if one female, if one person breaks someone's heart, they're like, oh, forget all women. You can't blame an entire group because every woman is not like, they all have their own mind, their own personality, you know what I'm saying? So just because this woman or this man did this thing, it doesn't mean every single woman or every single man is like that. They're all, you know what I'm saying? They're all, what's the word, man? Can't even think. They're all different, you know what I'm saying? So you can't blame an entire group because of one person. You know what I'm saying? Just blame that one person, move on, and find a better person. That's it.
100, man. 100. You know what I'm saying? I'm out of breath just from getting these drinks, bro. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what? I'm going to ask you some questions now then. So, why do you think you've been in a few relationships, right? Like, where have you?
Yeah. We can say
Okay,
that.
okay.
Yeah.
Probably more than me, right? But uh, that's why I'm asking you this. Why do you think most relationships fail in your experience, from the ones you've been in? Just give if there's a few reasons, give us a top three. If there's only one.
One, I'm gonna say lack of communication.
Before we move on from that, yeah. So
I think that's it.
on this lack of communication thing, right? We can flip it the other way. If you're the wrong person and you communicate the way you feel and stuff like that, they'll use that against you, right? So I think that's a very big thing. Just being with the wrong people and trying to force things, right? If you're the right person, they'll constantly be wanting to communicate and fix things with you. But if you're the wrong person, they'll constantly be using your feelings against you. So,
Fakes. Let's see, who could another one be? Just, I think growing it into like a routine, you know what I'm saying? Because, as I said before, when you end up in a long-term relationship where you're together for like 5 years, 10 years, sometimes a lot of them, their life and relationship just becomes a routine. You kind of just slowly start drifting away from each other because, the spark from the start dies out, and then, you both just forget to try to build that back up, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just gotta step back and, spice things up a little bit, a little bit. It doesn't have to be anything major at all. Literally, sometimes the simplest things, can put a smile on each other's faces. Yes, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I think that's my top 2 reasons, to be honest.
Solid. I think in my like I touched on, I think, sometimes it's just not meant to be. That's just one thing you've got to just come to terms with. Like, sometimes it's just not meant to be. And, you trying to force situations, there's one thing this guy said to me, which, like at the time, like I said to you, I was like, bro, this guy's, you know what I'm saying? But let it come to you, right? Don't go out there looking for relationships. Don't go out there. Listen, if you're dating, have fun, right? Date around, have fun. You know what I'm saying? Don't be too serious with it. Well, then, if you do meet that person that you have a genuine connection and spark with, see where it goes, right? Sometimes it isn't meant to be. You shouldn't be forcing situationships or relationships just because you're lonely, right? I think your life should already be sort of like exciting enough as it is, because now when you add the person, they're becoming a part of your life. So if you're adding them into this dead, boring life, what are you going to do with them? Just be dead and boring together? You know what I mean? So I think you got to have things going on for yourself anyway. And then they just become an addition, or you become an addition to them. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a very big thing,
Yeah, the camera cut, time limit and all that.
This guy's like a 30-minute recording limit. But yeah, so currently.
But as you're saying, you both gotta have your own stuff, your own interests, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like when one person doesn't have their own life or own interests, they kind of then rely on the other person, for mostly everything. So then it kind of it cuts into that person's life, you know what I'm saying, and what the things they're interested in and the things that they want to do. So then they get kind of laid back, and then it crushes what they're trying to do. So, and sometimes, the space is good. So if you both got your own thing going on, you know what I'm saying, you can both enjoy your own time alone. And sometimes people think that's a bad thing in a relationship. I don't know why, but everybody enjoys some time alone, you know what I'm saying? It's never a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? What did they say? Time makes the heart grow fonder? Space? Was it space or time?
Space, bro.
Yeah.
This guy has such a way with words.
Listen. Yes, I do. It's a great way with words.
Yes, it's just proven now. He has a great way with words.
I don't know why I'm forgetting all the quotes today, man.
But nah, you're right though. Like distance makes the heart grow fonder. I think that's the word. I think it's the quote. Distance makes the heart grow fonder. I think so anyway. I mean, it makes sense to me anyway. But like for example, like with me, there's this girl I'm talking to. And it's like whenever we don't talk for too long, you know what I'm saying? She's like, "Yo, I miss you." You know what I'm saying? Like I haven't talked to you for a while. Like, what's going on? And it's only been a day. It hasn't been that long. But it's like that's what you need, though. You know what I'm saying? It's like you don't just want number one. You don't want a person who constantly just doesn't even care that you're gone, right? You want a person who cares, but at the same time, you want a person who respects the fact that sometimes you need to do your own shit. Sometimes you gotta be by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not impersonal. It's not like you. It's just sometimes I just want to be by myself. Sometimes I just want to say fuck the world. You know what I mean? But I think having sort of the same values as well is very important. As in, like having a lot of the things that you like similar together. I think that's very important because if you're like I was saying, compatibility matters. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're there with a person who loves going to the club every single day of the week, right? And that's not you, is it gonna work? Like realistically, like don't get me wrong. Like back in the day, I used to love going to the club once a week. But then there's girls that like we used to do. I used to do with where it's like Monday to any opportunity they get, it's club time. Like to me personally, bro, I'm glad that I went through that experience. Because now it's like I know, like you need to go through a lot of like failures in dating because like you see what you like and you see what you don't like. You see what you value and what you don't value. You know what I mean? I think that's with anything though. Experimentation is key. You know what I mean? You could get lucky with your first one and it's like this is the one for me. But then you might have to go around a bit to figure out, okay, cool, this is the one for me, right? I think that's important.
That is facts. Experiment is key, man. Because I don't really know many people who I would say found their long love or wife or husband or whatever from the first try, because it's like, because if you have no experience, I feel like you don't really know exactly what you want. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. If you have experience, you're gonna know, cool, this is what I like, this is what I don't like, this is what I want, I don't want this. You know what I'm saying? So you know exactly what to expect and what to accept. You know what I'm saying? Without experience, a person might treat you like absolute bullshit, but you may think, oh, this is how a relationship should be. You know what I'm saying? So, but then if you have experience and you know this is not supposed to happen and this is supposed to happen, you'll be like, cool, yeah, now I know. So I'm confident in who I pick and who I choose. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I think we've both put in, a lot of good points, and I've got a lot more points as well, but I don't want to make this too long for you lot. You know what I'm saying? It's been quite a long time. But I think, I've enjoyed talking about this topic. Something very close to me at the moment. I just hope that somebody gets, a good message from this. I don't want you guys having a jaded perspective on the world or like because essentially the energy part is what comes back to you. If you look at the world negatively, negative energy will come back to you. Basically, is your glass half full or half empty? Do you know what I mean? Is your glass half full or half empty? What that basically means is, do you look at things in a like, okay, cool, here's what I can do to improve it, or here's what I've lost, so that's it, right? Do you have a growth mindset or a fixed mindset? That's the question for you lot, you know what I'm saying? So I hope you've enjoyed the video. Make sure you like and subscribe. Follow me on TikTok at NK041_. Follow me on Instagram at Nicholson Ketala. It'll all be on the screen. And what are your socials, lad?
At TikTok at J.2236, I think.
Yeah, he's very bad with a lot of things, as you can see.
We're gonna rehearse for next time, don't worry.
And it'll still be bad, but
no.
Yes, it will. Okay. You know, that's the same energy as when The Rock says, "What? It doesn't matter. What you... But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. You know what I'm saying? It's been me and the boy Jay. Be you. You know what I'm saying?
Be you.
And become untamed. You know what I'm saying? Don't be a puppet. So, and as we'll catch you in the next one next week. Love.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot about the microphone. I know it sounds like some video game shit. Yes, sir. All right.
Yes, sir. Adjustments.
Yes, sir. Damn. Bro, where'd you get that hoodie from, bro?
Untamed puppets.
Like that, bro. You know, you don't do that, bro. But will you sit your ass down, nigga?
Carry on.
Goddamn.